Hello and welcome back to another underrated manga review. Today I want to highlight the manga An Invitation from a Crab by Panpanya. This book was released by Denpa here and it's a really nice quality book. I definitely want to get some more works by Denpa. They seem to be quite a good up and coming manga publisher and you can get the whole story in this one book. This manga was just very weird and different, and not a lot of it was explained, and I really love that. It's basically a kind of short story collection about our main character here, as she just goes through life kind of slowly. It seems like everyone is trying to rush through life, and this manga just takes the time to slow down, and I really appreciate that. It just has a lot of things that you can take from each of the short stories. Some are like only 5 pages, and then some are closer to 20 or 30. There's stuff like exploration, discovery, wonder, and just finding joy in the little parts of life. And it's just so kind of relaxing and slow, and like I said, it just takes everything easy. It's kind of the epitome of taking the path that you never used to take on your walk. Like, there's that path that goes off and you don't know where it goes. So one day you just decide to go down it and you come across this amazing view or a farm that you've never seen before or just something like that. And this manga does that by exploring this setting which is both similar and just completely different and bizarre to real life. And I think that juxtaposition works really well because exploring this weird and different world is fun and interesting, and you meet all these weird and different characters and places, but the similarities give the reader the relatability and understanding that the main character seems to have, as she is a very relatable main character. It kind of reminds me of Goodnight Punpun, how the main character doesn't really have a specific form. Here, obviously, she continues to look like this, but it's just a kind of metaphor to put yourself in and explore this world kind of with her and through her eyes. And I really like the artwork in here. There are some really just amazing panels here, and sometimes there aren't really too many words, or sometimes a story will go into one topic and explaining it quite a lot, like ghosts, or pineapples, or a salamander that they happen to find. And it's just so much fun to explore. And there are quite a few different characters in here as well, who usually are only there for just one chapter. As some of these characters have got very just kind of basic, almost animal-like looks, like a dog or a mole or a dolphin, that are just a few lines, but everyone kind of just seems to treat them as humans, I guess. This world, however very different, still seems understandable, and nothing was ever too complicated or too bizarre for me to comprehend. And another thing I really liked about this manga is that it's funny. It is actually really funny. I don't have too many manga that I'd consider funny, but this is definitely one of them. How our main character is relatable. She will fall asleep during class or slack off during work, and you just can't really help but just smile as you read through this book. And that's the thing as well, is that our main character here kind of doesn't really have much consistency. Like, sometimes she's at school, and sometimes she's at a job, and then sometimes she's driving, and then sometimes she doesn't look old enough to drive, as another review said. And it's just, I don't know, it's weird how it is kind of mismatched, but yet still all fits together really nicely. It's just you peeking in on this character's life and this world, and it's just fantastic. I absolutely loved it. If I had to give it a score out of 10, I guess I would give it a 9 out of 10. I feel like some of the stories maybe were a tad bit too long, but that would really be nitpicking, as I enjoyed every single one and got something out of every single one. Obviously, the main theme being just take things slow, go on that path that you don't usually go on, and the chances are you'll find something pretty fantastic. And if you've read this manga, let me know what you think of it, or if you plan on picking it up in the future. And until next time, stay safe and read lots of manga.